Hello, everyone. My name is Gremlin, and today we're going to talk about the living hell that I've been living in since January and how I'm handling it, which honestly isn't that well. For those of you that didn't know and don't follow me on TikTok or Instagram or join my live streams on Twitch, I've been dealing with a stalker situation once again, this time in person, since January. This is kind of the whole story for everybody, so y'all can stop commenting tea, story time, and all the other weird, apathetic ways that you guys clearly want to hear about a dangerous situation and shitty individual, but whatever, y'all do you, I guess. Just ask nicely next time, I guess. All right, let's get this party started. Let's flash back to my first job in the ripe year of 2017, the year of deep fried Twinkies, freezer burnt pizzas, and that one really annoying DJ Khaled song. So, I worked in a skating rink, and there was an older guy that had worked there with us who was in his early 40s and had some problems. For this case, we'll be calling him M to keep my safety as much as we can honestly keep my safety in this situation. I did the hand flail there, not that anybody could see it, but as for my safety in this situation, we're going to be calling him M, and I worked at said skating rink from the time I was 16 until I was 19, so that would be your year 2017 until 2019. Anyways, working with M was incredibly uncomfortable. He had anger issues, was quite violent, would often get pissed off and corner younger female staff members and screaming at them about his issues, which was wildly concerning. It was typically issues about people pissing him off or patrons or other staff members, and why are you as a 40 something year old man cornering the young female staff? Fucking weirdo. Parents of staff and patrons alike would come in and complain about M because most people were not comfortable with the way he acted with this violent outburst. At one point, we were literally 2 hours late going home. We closed around midnight, 11 o'clock, depending on what day it was, and he wouldn't let any of us help him with his closing task, but he was incredibly far behind, would throw mops at us when we would offer to help. So we ended up having to sit there until almost 1 o'clock in the morning as high school and college age students, waiting for him to finish his task so we could go the fuck home because they wouldn't let us leave like half and half. We all had to leave together, which was stupid, incredibly stupid policy. Anyways, if you're wondering why he didn't get fired, it was because he was close to the owner's family, so everyone was pretty much stuck with him. We all hated working with him, completely dreaded it. There was literally nothing we could do. So, a lot of us actually found that to be a factor as to why we left. I left for greener pastures in early 2019. He was one of the very large factors as to why I left, and he ended up working there until late 2024. I'm not going to be specific about my job as already being stalked, don't need another one. But my current job is a automotive delivery driver. I started it last summer. I saw that he would occasionally show up, and I kind of avoided him pretty successfully for a while there. Thankfully, he didn't notice me until about 6 months in. Uh, Prior to him noticing that I was there, he had been kicked out of our parking lot while working on his vehicles and told to go home because he would work on his vehicles in our lot, and he would, again, this guy has hella anger problems, and he would start like punching his vehicle and screaming. Like his entire car is covered in dents and puncture marks from him hitting it with either his hands or tools. Really disturbing. Like we were getting dozens of complaints. Cops were called a handful of times. Just a whole thing. Did not like that. So, cut to January of this year, I go to PDFC. Love this convention. Great time. Literally, my first day back, fresh from convention, I still got glitter and fucking enjoyment in my hair. And he recognizes me. I'm getting ready to leave for the day. I'm shooting the shit with my coworker, and I hear my government name, a name I pretty much consider to be my dead name. Like, seriously, unless you're my grandfather or my doctor, I don't want to hear that name come out of your mouth in reference to me. Just how it is. My coworker F was wildly irritated that my dead name was just shouted across the store in front of a bunch of people and tried his best to get him out as quickly as possible. Yeah, that really didn't happen. He ended up just trying to like, "Oh, wait. No, no, I haven't made my selection yet," and then continued to try and talk to me. He like would not shut up. Damn near followed me to the back of the store when I was decided that I was done with the conversation, and he told me some bullshit sob story about how he got fired from the skating rink and how he now works for a competitor for my job as another automotive delivery driver. So, yeah, like this man straight up almost followed me to the back of our store where I was going to go try and clock out so I could get away from him and go home. This is honestly like where it just ramps up. It literally went from like this one singular interaction to like full blown stalking literally within 24 hours. He starts coming in every day. every single fucking day. I'm having to dive into freaking aisles and cabinets. I'm having to hide behind coworkers, find excuses because he would like not leave. Like no matter how like polite, how rude, how like just no matter what I did, he would not leave or leave me alone. Like shout out to my coworker B because at one point I texted him to page me to the back of the store so I could get away from him, and my poor man's was in the toilet and had to call me on my cell phone because obviously you pooping, you can't go to the phone and do the whole Gremlin, please come to the back of the store, thanks. Like you can't do that number when you're on the toilet. So shout out to my coworker for doing the best he could to get me out of that situation. He also helped me many times with that situation. Fantastic, thank you, appreciate y'all. Anyways, it gets worse. He starts asking people for my schedule. And for those of you that don't know, if anyone ever asks for your coworker's schedule, don't fucking do it. Don't ever like if even if someone seems so genuine is like, "Hey, when is this person coming in? Because like I would really like to know like I need their advice on this." No, don't. Because guess who wouldn't show up on my days off? Guess who only showed up on days that I work? Yeah, the stalker. I don't know who snitched me out and told him my schedule, but yeah, not okay. Don't fucking do that. Anyways, I started finding really crafty ways to like avoid him because he genuinely would not get the hint or stop no matter how much we told him. Like it got to a point where they put a cap on him on how long he could be in the store, told him that he needed to buy his shit and get the fuck out, and he still wouldn't respect that. Initially, he would wait in the lobby for me to park my work truck at the end of the day because our vehicles get parked in a different area than they do throughout the day when we're actually using them. I'm not going to get too into it for my own safety. But yeah, he would wait in the lobby for me to park my truck. So I started taking the back way through the store. So at a certain point, he starts moving out front where I can't really like bypass him to get into the store. So I start walking around the back of the building. Eventually, it gets to a point where he starts parking right where my truck goes. So I can't avoid him. So I end up having to have one of my coworkers park my truck instead, which was incredibly frustrating because why am I having to rely on other people to do a simple part of my job? So one night, I go in to go get parts for my personal vehicle. The joys of driving a modified drift car, it's a fucking nightmare. That fucking thing is held together with hopes and dreams. Regardless, I go in to go get my parts. Literally within 90 seconds of me getting there, he is showing up. And so I grab my part, go sit in one of the back aisles, back behind the counter where he can't get to me. And I'm sitting back there waiting and waiting. And I'm like, okay, cool, we're going to be good. Like, he's not going to see what vehicle I am. I could probably sneak out the back door right now and leave. Nope. He point blank tells my coworker that he knows I'm here and wants to know where I'm hiding at. Like laughing and joking. Like it's so funny to stalk somebody. I ended up stuck in the store for over an hour waiting for him to leave, and I occasionally still see him driving home. Like I'll start driving home and I'll see him like 5, 6 cars behind me, even though I know damn well he lives on the other side of fucking town. Like, what the fuck? Corporate was trying to handle the situation super like as quickly as they could for me, but unfortunately, one of our former coworkers kept inviting him back and encouraging the behavior because he found it so funny that I was legitimately in danger. But we're going to glaze over that because, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. Anyways, so this is going on for 3 months at this point. I'm waiting to have enough information and evidence to take to the police as I was unaware if he had any priors at the time. So I was trying to get as much as I could to remove any plausible deniability of him just being an annoying, creepy customer. I took a day trip off with some of my motorcycle group and like went to go hang out with my friends at a nearby tourist trap, which had the best prickly pear ice cream. Like that shit was fucking fantastic. Wildly amazing ice cream. Cannot get over that. But I'm talking to my friend about the situation and their face drops. And I'm like, okay, like what the hell just happened right now? And they go, oh, my little sister works for the skating rink. I know exactly who you're talking about. Hold on, proceeds to call their sister. Come to fucking find out, he got fired, banned, trespassed, and a whole ass restraining order literally in November of 2024. The stalking started for me January of 2025. He was stalking a family member of the management team of the skating rink to the point that there was police involvement, an entire situation where he had to be escorted off of property, court, the whole 9 yards. I haven't gotten full details at this point, but that is like the bare minimum of what I know. So it's very serious. So I leave this motorcycle ride. I immediately go to my best friend's house. I text them and I'm like, hey, can you guys drop me off at the police station? I don't want to risk seeing this guy. Like, I don't want him risking anything. Just come with me to the police station so we can go fill out this report. So my besties, we roll up to the police station like it's a little fucking girls' date. I go inside and they sit out in the car waiting for me, and I start filling out the report. For context, I am a criminal justice major. I know a lot of what goes into the criminal justice system, the ins and outs of the shit. Also have that gallows humor that a lot of officers have. You know it's pretty bad when the police officer that you're laughing and joking with turns their laptop off, closes it, and starts telling you that if you see him again, to immediately call the cops to update the report, and if it's incredibly serious, to call 911. So, yeah, left the police station, went to work, and told them that the situation is now to a point where he can no longer be a patron in our shop, and he literally needs to go anywhere else. Like, he is in the process of getting a restraining order. Like, he needs to fucking go bye bye. So, at this point, my job finally is like forced to trespass him, and they told him like, you can't be here. You've been harassing and terrorizing staff. You're making people feel incredibly unsafe. And you want to know what this fucking human two species removed says? Oh, I know. Bitch, what? Excuse me, what the fuck? What do you mean you fucking know, fucking creepy ass motherfucker? You know? That's why you're getting banned, because you know you're a terrifying individual who makes people feel like they're about to get fucking murdered? Alright. Wild. Fantastic. Anyways, what the fuck? I feel like I'm in a Billy Mays commercial because, wait, there's more! So, I'm talking to one of the staff members at the grocery store next door because I usually go and get my lunch over there, and I'm talking to them. They tell me that he is no longer allowed at the grocery store next door because he would linger in the parking lot for hours on end waiting for me, and got combative with staff when they told him like, hey, you can't be sitting here for hours without shopping. Like, you need to go. You can't be loitering on property for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. Like, you got to go, bud. So, yeah, there's that. Does anyone remember what I said earlier about plausible deniability? With cases like this in stalking situations, often plausible deniability is this person actually stalking you, or is this happenstance? Is there a misunderstanding? Is this, oh, you guys work both in automotive delivery? Is it a coincidence that you guys are running into each other? Is it a coincidence that he happens to be driving behind you while you're driving home? Is he going to the grocery store? Or is he actually following you? Oh, you see him in the bar. Does he happen to be there celebrating a birthday with somebody, or did he follow you to the bar? Shit like that. Plausible deniability. Is it a coincidence, or is there actual stalking taking place? But yeah, unfortunately, him and I have a very similar job, so he ends up delivering to the same shops, dealerships, and companies that I do. Great. Whatever. We'll see how we're going to handle the situation, right? We all know how well telling a stalker to go fuck themselves, or even having a police officer or a trusted, scary member of the community do it while holding a baseball bat and screaming, it usually doesn't work. So, for the last handful of months, I've been trying to dodge him on runs at work, trying to avoid him as best as I can. If I see that he's at a shop, I'll pull off to the side and wait for him to finish his delivery, and then I'll pull up after he has left the parking lot. Or there's been a couple times that he'll catch me on the tail end of a delivery, and he'll get very excited and quickly try to get out of his vehicle, and I just sprint like a motherfucker to get out of there and like get my shit done as quickly as I can and get out of there as fast as I can. So, yeah, cut to about mid-May. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head at this moment in time, but if it comes down to it, I do have it written down somewhere. But cut to mid-May. And I go to a shop. I'm getting ready to grab my paperwork. I paperwork in my hand, have the car parts come in, and I hear the sound of like a truck sliding on gravel. Like when you stop short because you overpress the brakes and your vehicle slides a little bit, that sound. I look up, and who's parked next to me? M. So I sit there, and he sits there. And I'm sitting here like, cool, I got all fucking day. After 3.5 minutes, I was like, okay, I don't have all day. So I was like, fuck it. At this point, I'm going to get out. If worse comes to worse, like the people at the shop don't know the situation, but I have a better rapport with them than they have with him. So I figure, okay, worst comes to worst, like they may have my back and most likely will. So I get out of my truck, and the second my feet hit the ground, he's already out of his truck. And so I'm grabbing the paperwork. I'm just trying to get in and out as quickly as I can. The entire time he is taunting me. Well, I can be here. I'm delivering parts, same as you. I didn't say a single word to him. He just goes, hi, dead name. Well, I can be here. I'm delivering parts, same as you. I'm allowed to be here. How have you been? I haven't seen you lately. Man, I really miss coming into your job, just being fucking weird. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So, yeah, whole situation. I go online, update my police report. Like, I'm still trying to figure out some shit because, again, plausible deniability and some bullshit that happened with one of my former coworkers that made it very hard for me to be able to even attempt to get a restraining order. But yeah, cut to the next day, and I'm going to the same shop, and one of the staff members calls me over and goes, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, like for the most part. Why?" And he goes, "You couldn't get the fuck out of here fast enough yesterday. You usually are super chipper and happy to see us and always cracking jokes and smiling and laughing before you leave. You literally ran in here and ran out like your hair was on fire." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I've been going through some stuff with this guy," and he goes, "Oh no, we all hate him. He's creepy as fuck." And I'm like, "Oh, fantastic. You guys hate him?" "Yeah, he's been stalking me for like 3.5, 4 months at this point, 5 months at this point, because it's now May." And I'm like, "Great. This is fucking fantastic. This is how my life is going right now." So eventually, like over the handful of months, like I have also found out that multiple other shops hate this dude. Like 75% of the shops that I go to that deal with him cannot fucking stand him, think he is a creepy, disturbing individual. Do you know how hard it is to scare mechanics? Mechanics are a different breed. If you're scaring them, there's something vastly fucking wrong. But yeah, so that's been a whole thing. I've been dodging him constantly. A couple days ago, I am in a shop that my dad's friend owns, and my dad is good friends with the management there. And so I pull up, and I didn't happen to see it because of the way that there was a car parked. I pull into my usual spot. I look over. He's 3 cars down bringing parts in. So I waited a couple seconds for him to go inside the building, and I dipped into the bays towards the manager that I know is a closer friend of my father's. And I went up and I was like, "Hey." And he's like, "Oh, hon, you can just go put it on the shelf." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 boss man, no big manager man." I like, and so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, just BS with me for a minute. And he catches on that something's wrong. So him and I are just like chit chatting. As soon as I see him leave, and I'm like, "Thank you. I've been having problems with this guy for literal months. Like, I am incredibly unsafe. Please. So sorry to interrupt you, but I'm going to go put your stuff down. Thanks for saving my ass. Thank you." And he's like, "Dude, like your dad told me about this," because again, he's friends with my dad. And he's like, "Yeah, I figured something was up when that happened." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for being a homie, bro. Okay. Have a good rest of your day." And I, leave and go about my day. So yeah, constantly dodging him. And then, like, obviously, I haven't really seen him all that much in the last 2 weeks, other than the one incident, like, that was a couple days ago. As of 2 whole fucking hours ago, I am filming this at 9:55 at night. Like, I found this out at like 7:30 ish, 7:45 ish. He is now banned from one of the locations that he literally has to, like, okay, the speedrun version of this. He is contracted through a, like, example, kind of like how, oh my God, God help me, like Uber is contracted through Walmart. So essentially he's like the car part Uber driver guy specifically for like the Walmart. I'm not going to name the store because unfortunately the store is a very local one, a very local distributor, and I don't want to give away where I live. But yeah, he is now banned from multiple locations of the place that he fucking works at. Which I have not gotten full details yet. I found this out from a friend whose wife currently works there, and I'm waiting for her to give me the full update. But yeah, what the fuck? He's like on the brink of getting fired from his job for all this shit, and I really like, please let this man keep his fucking job. Not because I feel bad for him, but because if he doesn't have a job, he's going to have all the time in the world to stalk and harass people. And granted, I haven't gotten the full details of how this useless husk of a human being could, like, you know, get banned from his own job. But considering he went from stalking another woman to me in the span of 5 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if it was him stalking another person. So, no surprise there. But yeah, in conclusion, to finish all this, we really need to stop romanticizing stalking, because every person I've talked to about this, other than my close friends, makes jokes about the TV show You or other TV shows where you're romanticizing stalking, or books or literature or some shit. And I'm like, no, I am in serious fucking danger. I am struggling to exist. I'm probably going to have to leave the automotive industry over this. Like, I am living my life having to worry, "Oh, cool, is he going to be at my house and follow me home? Am I going to be able to go out to the bar with my friends, or is he going to be there? When's he going to start coming back to my job? When is he going to hurt me?" Like, this isn't a fucking joke. Check on your homies. Keep your homies in check. I recently found out that someone that I used to be homies with was stalking a girl to a similar level that I'm being stalked, and frankly, that disgusts me, and I've cut this person off completely and been very rude and nasty to them when I have unfortunately ran into them in public. But yeah, if you see something, say something. Don't be complacent in someone's mistreatment, no matter how good the fucking homie is. Like, I don't give a fuck if that's your best friend on this planet. If they're being a horrible human being, they're being a horrible human being, and you being complacent makes you a horrible human being too. And yeah, because of one person who kept allowing him back at my job over and over and over, my safety and potential restraining order are now in question because someone's idea of a fucking joke was to let someone who is threatening my safety back into my job. So yeah, don't be complacent. Don't, like, this ain't a fucking joke. Like, none of this is funny. Like, the stress hands are happening for those of you that can't see it because obviously this is a voice recording and not a video. But yeah, everyone stay safe out there, stay crafty, do your thing. Just be weird, but don't be that weird. Don't be that kind of weird. Have a good night, everybody.